Hey, I think we are live. Okay, we are having some issues there to start out with, but hey, it's Coach Manny and I'm fired up today. What about you? Are you ready for today's session as we take a deep look at letting technology do what it does best so that you, as the salesperson out there, can do what you do best, which is sell. And that's what I'm trying to bring across to everybody. Salespeople were made to sell. And those of us who do a lot of selling, we love to sell. So why are we getting so bogged down in doing all those other things that we probably should not be spending our time doing? So how do we let technology do what it does best? That's what we're going to talk about today. I'm excited to have you all with us. I'm Coach Manny, and I help organizations to build their top line by building the sales. And we do that through strategy, we do it through tactics, and we do it through accountability. And I've been doing this effectively for one of the things that we've been able to do is we're into this 90 days to success program. We're no longer looking at the year, we're looking at 90 days. And if you read the great little book out there called The 12-Week Year, it's the same. We love that guy's process, and we've just changed it around a little bit. We're still using his process, and I'm going to definitely give him the credit because he just does some amazing stuff there in 12 weeks. So that's what we're talking about. How do we get it into a chunk that we can be successful? So, and we didn't raise the price yet, so we'll talk about that a little bit later in the show today. The question for today is, are you doing what you should be letting technology do? And if you are, then the question is, why? Why should you be doing something like that? Technology was made so that you, the salesperson, can have it easier, and you can be stronger, and you can be smarter, and you can create more business. So you put technology where it belongs, and you put the salesperson where they belong, and guess what? We're rocking and rolling. I want to say hi to my guests out there today. Thanks for being here, and please share the show for us. Share it with some people out there. Let them know we're here. We're usually here Friday, but I'm going to the mountains tomorrow, so I didn't want to broadcast from up there. I did want to broadcast from up there, but you never can tell what kind of connection you're getting. So we're putting this out here a day early, but it's okay. We're still glad to have everybody here. And, you can always catch it on the rebound, or you can always catch it on our weekly podcast where we do this. So let's get started. Let's talk about point one. Now, point one, if you want to really get into the technology, point one is you got to have a commitment to a CRM. It's a critical part of business. And when I walk into businesses today and they do one of two things, either A, they're not committed to using a CRM, or B, they're letting the cost of a good CRM get in the way of their productivity. Look, a good CRM tool is also a marketing tool, and if you're not spending the money to get the right tool, are you kidding me? Even great, like we're working with Infusionsoft a lot, and even a great process with Infusionsoft, even if you have a lot of salespeople, you're still talking a few $100 to make this work. And how much is a sale worth to you? And how much is a lost sale worth to you? So you have to commit to using CRM, and you have to, how you're going to use it. And it has to be I won't say forced, but it has to be said, this is the process we're going to use within the organization, Everybody's going to use it. Everybody's going to follow it. And you'd be amazed because A, it makes their job easier. And B, you as the person managing the sales process or you as the business owner makes your life so much easier. So commit to a CRM, commit to how you're going to use it, and commit that there are no other acceptable ways in your organization. Is it hard? Yes. It takes effort. It takes commitment from both time and money. I won't kid you, time and money. But you can never, you just can't ever understand how much time, effort, and energy you're wasting by doing what technology can do for you. I have one client who committed years ago to using this CRM, and since that time, he just told me the other day, I'm just amazed at how much we grow. And now he's looking at even a higher end CRM because he understands the value. And again, I have some people who just don't want to spend the money. So point number one is get that CRM, make sure it has a marketing engine with it, and then start figuring out how can I use this to do amazing stuff in my organization and how can we use it to grow. Let's go on. Point number two. I mean, if you have any questions, just throw them up on the board. If you want to know a little bit more about that, just let me know, and we'll get back to that. Point number two, let's get to point number two. Teach yourself and your team relationship building skills. Now, I don't probably have to tell most of you out there because if you're listening to the show, you're probably already pretty good at it. How well do you listen, though? That's the question. And when I talk to people, I always say, when you're in a conversation, when you're in a sales call, guess who's doing 80% of the talking? The client. Guess who's asking all the questions? You are. Because when they're talking, they're feeling so much better. So we've got to let technology to do what it does, and you do what you do. And building relationships is what you should be very good at as a salesperson. Asking questions, knowing how to zip it up, baby, shut up and listen, right? I mean, I hate to use that hard terminology, but the point is you need to be quiet and listen. Show the prospect by your facial expressions and your body that you're truly interested in what they're saying. You know, you'd be amazed at how many times people just, they're off doodling, their hands are going around, and watch a person's hands when they're talking to you, because the hands can tell you so much. If they're fidgeting, then they're not comfortable. They want to say something. They're not listening. And so watch yourself when you're in that sales situation. I watch myself all the time now because I got to make sure my hands, put them hands on your legs and just listen, or put them on a book somewhere. You should have done all the research up front. You should have your questions laid out. If you're working within big organizations, you know that a lot of times you have to build a multi-level connection network. And if you're really good at relationships, what's that key candy at the end of that bridge? And that is referrals. Because when you start selling really well, you're going to get a lot more referrals. When you get those referrals, you're going to make a lot more money. Point number three. And again, any questions there, throw them up on the board. I haven't been watching the board yet. We're pretty good today. Number three, build, document, and require everyone to use a follow-up process. And if you haven't read my book, My Follow-Up Sucks, get yourself a copy of it. It really focuses in on this. And let me put that out there for those of you who don't have the book yet. And that's really, and the title actually came from a good friend of mine, Steve. We were sitting around one day. He says, "What are you going to call this thing?" And he said, "How about just My Follow-Up Sucks?" Because that's what most of us do. We don't do that follow-up. But if you have it defined, then everyone can learn it. And I'm talking about what happens when you first meet somebody, whether it's offline or online. They can be the same, they can be different until you close the deal. As long as they're in your pipe, what is it that's going on? Have you documented? Does your salespeople know that, how to do that, when to do it, and what to do and where? This is where technology shines. This is what CRM can do for you. You can lay out a standard that says this is the process, this is how we work. You can lay out campaigns, you can build automated campaigns so that when you meet somebody new, and I have this, when I meet somebody new, I get their business card, I take a picture of that business card because my CRM has a direct interface. Then I give them a tag, they go into CRM, and then the process starts. They get regular emails, they get a welcome email, and if they take some action, which drives them closer to sales, I get notified of that, and then what happens? I take appropriate action. And that's where automation comes in. This is where technology and relationships meet. It's where listening and technology come together. And I can't emphasize that enough today. Listen to your customers. Know about them. Be prepared. And let technology fit where it does. And then you, as a salesperson, what is it you do best? Well, effective salespeople listen, they analyze, they offer solutions, and of course, they close the deal. And that's what you can do out there. And that's what I want to recommend to you, that you really get a good piece of technology to handle your CRM. That, number two, you really work on those sales skills. And number three, that you have a defined follow-up process. Especially those of you out there, maybe you're in a situation where you're hiring your first salesperson, or you've tried sales teams and you got rid of them and you're ready to give it another shot, because, you know, as entrepreneurs, we always want to give it another shot, right? Because we got to take that risk, and you can't do it without a team. And a good, effective sales team is very hard to build. I'm working with some organizations right now. We're trying to build the sales team. It's not easy, but if you do it, remembering what salespeople are supposed to do and what technology is supposed to do, as we spoke about last week, when we talked about those three biggest mistakes that salespeople make. If you didn't see that, go back and listen to them, because today we were really trying to focus in on the first one. And I think next week we're going to try to focus in on point 2, and then we're going to focus in with some more detail on point 3. All right. Are you ready to go out there and do it? Are you going to make it? Let me give you my closeout here for today, because I got to offer you something, right? You like what you're hearing today? Well, at 5 o'clock today, and I don't know if we can get you in today, but if you go out and you sign up on CoachManny.com for the Inner Circle, we're doing part 3, actually, or part 2 of 90 Days to Success. The great thing about being part of our Inner Circle is it costs you right now $29 a month. That's it. If you get in now, you lock in at that. You get all our products, every one of our products that comes out, because you're a member. That I don't care what the cost of the product is. We're putting it out and we're giving it to our Inner Circle members. So we're working on the 90-day process now. That's going to be given to all the members and sold to everyone else. So go out to CoachManny.com, click on the Inner Circle, sign up, and at 5 o'clock today, we're doing another session. If you don't get there that quick, sign up anyway. It's a great product. $29 a month. You get to be part of the group. It's a private Facebook group, and we work on one thing: increasing your top line. Because as I always teach people, sorry, when I have that top line coming working correctly, when I have that revenue figure working correctly, isn't it amazing how the rest of the company comes together? It's Coach Manny saying, hey, it's always my pleasure to be here. We're here usually Fridays. We're here early this week. You can catch us on iTunes with the podcast Targeted Lead Generation. So if you don't see it on Facebook, you can see it there. Check out our website. We're here to teach you. That's what we do best. Helping you become a superstar. Helping you go beyond the norm. Helping you become not ordinary, but extraordinary.